All right, Rui, just take me through the final seconds there as you see LeBron James go up and tip home that game winner.
I'm not gonna lie, since I got here, probably like a 3 season, that was the worst game I've seen him play like that. You know, but in the fourth quarter, he took over. I think he only had a 3-point until the fourth quarter. Yeah. And he took over the game. You know, even though he didn't make a lot of shots, you know, he was doing a lot of stuff, rebound. And that's why he got the last shot, you know, last rebound, tip off. So it was a great win.
I'm going to get to your threes in a minute, but, you know, the Lakers clearly missed you and LeBron for the time that you were out, the defense, the physicality, and you just mentioned it, LeBron leading the way there, you as well. What does it say about him to be able to still do that while with his status as the league's all-time leading scorer?
That's the leader, you know. I think he knows the role, you know. It's hard the game coming off. You know, he was out for like 2-3 weeks, and then you know we went into it. We on the road right into it, and it's not easy. But I think we got to get back to our rhythm. You know, I think we kind of offline now, but I think this is the game. You know, we're gonna change we got to push the last push for the season. So yeah, that was a great win.
All right, Rui, you had only taken 2 shots before the fourth quarter, both threes that you hit. Gotta imagine it's hard to find a rhythm when you're not taking shots, and yet you drill back-to-back threes in crunch time.
I just stay ready, you know. JJ told me right before I get in, he said I'm gonna get the big shots, so stay ready, be ready. So, you know, I was just getting ready, stay ready for it, and then I got those shots. So yeah, it was good.
All right, and to close out, I want to bring you back to the end of LeBron tipping in the ball. Did you know? Could you see the red light? Like, did you know that it was good, or did you have to?
Yeah, it was in. Yeah, I was gonna go rebound too. So, but yeah, he got that one for sure. Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Okay, he stole the putback dunk from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thanks, Rui. Appreciate it.
Austin, before we get to the buzzer beater from LeBron, everything there, did your ankle okay? Came back to get it retaped? Or?
Yeah, I feel great. Even better after a win. So we'll be back at it tomorrow.
All right, so you guys had control at a couple of different times. Then they go on that late run to take the lead. You had a couple of great looks from 3, but what is it to get that tip from LeBron to actually get the victory and cement it? What does that do for the team, and what did you see on the play?
It's big. I mean, like I said, on the court, it's just a really good player making a really good play. You know, it's not like he had the ball at half court and ISO and got a bucket. Like, he made pretty much a scrappy play to get to where he was at and to make a winning play. And like you said, we had a couple opportunities to, I think, finish the game. And if I would have made a shot, that might have happened. But I didn't want to take away from LeBron's game winner. So yeah. When you play a team like that, though, they shoot the 3 so well that you never really have them out of the game. The same thing happened back when we played them at our place. We were up 15-17, and they cut it to, I think, 5 or 6.
And was just talking to LeBron about this, but think about league's all-time leading scorer, 4th in assists, and in this game, he has to defend, rebound, kind of do some of those things while you and Luka are cooking early. But what does that just say, about him and kind of the mindset?
Just shows you what he's about. He's a winner at heart, and that's really it. He's done this for a long time, and if anybody has the right to get frustrated in moments and when it's not going the way he wants it to go, it could be him, but he just puts his head down and continues to work. So if he didn't do that, then we probably wouldn't have won the game tonight. He was huge in the fourth quarter, took over early, and then like everybody's seen, he got a game winner.
What was it feeling like in the locker room, just coming back? You had the Laker fans in the crowd making a ton of noise as you guys made your way through the tunnel. Just to get that feeling back. I know the last 10 games haven't been the best for you guys as a group.
Yeah, just winning is fun. That's really it. You're excited for Brian making a big play like that. But at the end of the day, winning games is all that matters. So it feels good to get back on the right side of that, and trying to stack days and go get another one in Chicago.
LeBron, you always talk about the main thing, and you're going to do whatever it takes in the course of a game to win. Is there some kind of poetic justice in a rebound, a putback, when you weren't scoring early but you were on the glass, you're playing defense, and that being the difference?
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever it takes to help your teammates win. And for me, I can always
do other things and still impact the game, even when I'm not scoring. That's the beauty of my game. I've always built that throughout my whole life. As far as being, three-dimensional, being able to get my guys involved, being able to rebound, defend, and then sprinkling a few points from here to there.
Thinking about that play specifically, if I recall, you get the ball in the corner, you see Luka at the top of the key, chance to drive. At what point and how do you kind of set yourself up to get in position for the rebound? Can you take us through kind of in slow-mo?
I was just reading, once I hit Luka and he got the driving angle, I was just trying to read the ball off the rim. It kind of looked like it was a little short, but, I know it had a chance to kind of, if it hit the front rim, maybe bounce in. But once it came out of there, I just wanted to try to tap it with enough time. So, obviously you could see me probably looking over at the Jumbotron just see if the replay was coming to see if I actually got it on time, and good play for us.
Just some irony in, the amount of points and assists that you've had, but this team still kind of needs the defense, the rebounding, just given what the makeup is, and that's kind of what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's what's needed from our team. The way our team is, our dynamic right now, that is needed. Obviously, I know I can score the ball, but, until we start continuing to find our rhythm offensively, whatever the case may be, the defensive side is the most important for our ball club. In order for us to win, we got to defend. It starts with me. It starts with my voice. And, being able, if we go small a lot, I have to help clean glass and keep guys, in front of me and be an anchor on the defensive end. So, that's what it calls for at this moment.
What does a game winner feel like still at this stage of your career? Like, what's the after effect of that ball going through the basket feel emotionally?
I really couldn't really have too much emotion because I was trying to see if I got the ball off in time, to be honest. It's always tricky when that, you kind of touch the ball, you kind of see the red light around the backboard, and you don't quite know if you got it on time. I thought I had it on time, but you never know. Sometimes, it's always that split second, seeing if the tip of your fingers are on the ball or not. But after they showed the replay on it, it was definitely gratifying to know, especially where the way we've been playing, and to come in to know how they've been playing, and to come in here and get a good win in a very, hostile environment. That's big time for our ball club.
Along those same lines, you preach never get too high, never get too low. You guys were in a position where you could have blown a 6-point lead in the final 2 minutes. Instead, you walk out of here with a win. What can this do for the group? This collective feeling, knowing that you guys had you around this morning, implemented the game plan, all those things as you go down these last 10 games.
Obviously we know we got to be better, especially in those last 2 minutes. We felt like we had some momentum after those 2 big-time threes by Rui. And we got to do a better job of defending, not letting them score so fast in the shot clock. And then, obviously Reese hit a big-time floater to put them up 1. So we got to do a better job of that. But it's about, the game is never over. It's 0s on the clock, literally, tonight. And just keep your composure throughout all.
Ron, whenever something happens that's never happened before in your career, I try to find it for you. And David and I were looking. You had never had a game where you played 3 quarters and hadn't made a shot.
Mm-hmm.
What was going on offensively in that stretch? Did you feel frustrated with that? And I guess how were you able to stay engaged in the other aspects?
Yeah, I mean, how many shot attempts did I have through 3? Yeah, it's a little weird too. So, but it's all right. So listen, the main thing is the main thing, and that's just trying to win the basketball game. So. You don't really know if you're in a rhythm or not, or if you're out of rhythm with 6 shot attempts. So, it's just about still what can I do to still affect the game. If the ball is going to come to me, offensively, then I got to try to make some plays, and it did early in that 4th quarter. I was able to make some plays and help build us a lead.
You had a tip in.
Had 18 assists, 1 turnover tonight. Your former USA teammate. How have you seen his game grow throughout the years?
Throughout the years, it's all about opportunity. Confidence, and then your ability will take over from there. So, obviously we've seen him young, in Sacramento, and then, he got the opportunity to come here and play for this organization. This organization welcomed him with open arms, and he's been able to thrive, especially in this system, with his fast pace and, getting guys that want to move with him and run with him. It fits his game perfectly, and, the more and more he plays, the better and better he gets. But Reese is just a cool dude, man. It's my first time ever hanging with him, during the Olympics, and loved every moment of it. And just a really cool dude. Great family, too, man.
Last question.
Bronny coming off of his best game as a Laker, and then goes to South Bay, goes for 37. He's your teammate.
39.
Thank you.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I knew you'd have it in case I didn't mean to short on that. When do you get like a text now because he's with the G League after a game like this?
Him?
Like what's is your teammates?
Him a note. No, I sent him a note.
No, I mean after tonight, after the buzzer.
Yeah. He's not much of a texter, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't know. I usually send him a note after his games, but I think he's in Chicago right now. So who knows? He might be at a great restaurant right now enjoying dinner. But I'm just super proud of him. Obviously, you guys seen some of the comments I had when I was on the Pat McAfee show, and just about his continue to improve, and so that's always great. And I was happy for him to see what he was able to do versus Milwaukee, then go back down to the G and see what he was able to continue to build on that. And I'll definitely ask him tomorrow when I see him during our meeting.
Just make sure he caught that.
Yeah, for sure.
You can still do it.
Yeah, I get on it.
Thanks.
Lucas, so you got the stop, and eventually the ball gets to LeBron in the corner. He gives it to you. You make the drive. Get a great look. It just rims out. Can you just kind of take us through that whole possession and your emotions when you see LeBron get up and tip it in?
I mean, first of all, when I got the rebound, he was on the court. He was asking for the ball, but I wasn't confident enough to make that pass. That 9 seconds to go. So then passed to AR, he passed to LeBron. And I just saw how much confidence he has in me, and I really appreciate that to give me that final ball. I think we got a great look. Didn't make it, but LeBron was there, luckily.
You're in good rhythm from three all night, but is it important to try and get downhill? Like when I don't know if it was Turner that was closing out, but for you to penetrate there, kind of draw the defense. Is that a play that you typically make there instead of taking a step back or whatever?
Yeah, I think I'm just going back to myself a little bit. Just driving the ball more. I know when I drive the ball, it's really hard to stop us. People gonna collapse on the paint, and I can do throw out, or however you say it. So I think today I did a little bit more of that. So it was good for me and for us, I think.
Luka, where are you at in trying to find the best way for yourself, LeBron, and Austin to kind of complement one another? And like a game like tonight where you're hitting threes, but then when you go to the bench in the second, Austin picks it up, and then it's LeBron at the start of the fourth. Is that kind of the vision in some way where you guys can all sort of shoulder this in some degree together for stretches?
I think for me it's still a lot of work to do. Just trying to understand what the guys like, what those two guys want. AR and LeBron been playing with 3-4 years together, so they know each other a little bit more. So that's going to take a little bit of time, but I got to watch film and adapt me to that situation,
Dorian told us the other night in Orlando that he felt like this group, because you had so much early success, could maybe use some adversity. It would actually benefit you in the long run. Just what was it like to go through today, getting back to a shoot around? You haven't really done that very often. Have a game plan in place, and then be able to escape with a win and kind of get some more wind back in your sails.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't need this one badly. Like I said before, that's a hot team right here. They won 5 in a row. They play fast, they play aggressive, so it was a really hard game. So that one just felt amazing. When I saw the shot go in, I was really relieved and happy.
Austin had the big second quarter tonight. He's kind of whatever role he's been in, even since you've been here, whether it's all three of you guys, you and him and LeBron, or even him by himself. He's had success. How impressive has it been for him, no matter his role, to still excel kind of nightly?
I mean, it's amazing for him. He never seen complain about what role he's playing, his number one option, number 2 or number 3. He never complains, and just the way he sticks with it, it's amazing to see, and that's the guy you want on your team.
Rui hit those 2 big threes toward the end of the fourth. It was his first start since returning from injury. What kind of dynamic does he bring, not just to the group, but specifically to that starting lineup when he's in there?
I mean, great. He gives us another shooter. Trying to work on his layup, though. You got to use the other side. But it's been great to have him. Like I said, another guy that never complains, just works hard. He does whatever you tell him, and you need those guys on your team. And I'm really happy that he's back. Obviously, it's been hard because he got injured, and to come back and play like this, it's unbelievable.
Thank you.
JJ, just your perspective on the final shot from LeBron and kind of coming on a game where he starts slow, but he'd been leading the defense, he'd been rebounding, and did you see some kind of poetic justice in the game ending like that?
Yeah, I think two things. I think we said this morning this was going to be a game that would have to be won on multiple efforts, and that was primarily in reference to what we needed to do defensively, but we won the game on a multiple effort play. And, we had the early advantage getting the stop. I think the 42 seconds, even though we didn't score on that possession, we essentially got a 2-for-1. So as long as we got a stop, we were going to get a look at it. And because we had an advantage, they were in scramble mode, felt really comfortable just letting those guys play. And Bron just made a huge play, and I think it's another great example, where he doesn't necessarily have it going early and got off to a slow start offensively. He was so good defensively. He was so good on the glass for us and really led us on that end, and then takes over in the fourth quarter and then gets rewarded by the basketball gods because he didn't let go of the rope and didn't stop competing.
I'm sure there were moments tonight, where you didn't quite see what you were looking for, but it seemed like for the most part of the game you did, and kind of getting back to what you were looking for. Did you feel that way and in putting it kind of on wax like that?
Way more good than bad. We did like 4 of the dumbest things I've ever seen us do all season. I already told the guys that. Like nonsensical stuff. You take those plays out of it, like everything else, we played well enough to win the game. And that was 11 points they had. And it was all 3 onside out of bounds in the first half and 1 at the end of the third quarter. Just nonsensical, lack of awareness plays. Outside of that, when we were able to set our defense, I thought we were great in the half court. The turnovers, when you have a live ball turnover against this team, it's basically just put points on the scoreboard for them. They're just so good in transition when you turn the ball over. I thought in the first half there was a lot of early offense for us where we were playing with some thrust and pace, particularly in that second quarter. And then in the second half, it was more about execution. And when we were able to stay calm and execute, we got really good stuff. And truthfully missed a bunch of wide open shots and had some shots at the rim that we didn't convert. But I thought our process, outside of some sort of early offense, no pass possessions, I thought our process in the second half offensively was great.
You guys had lost 7 out of 10. You admitted to us the other night that we're going through it a little bit. Your guy, Rui, had been missing for almost 2 months. Hits back-to-back threes. You go up 6 in the final 2 minutes. They take the lead. Like, all those contextual things added up. Had this been a loss and not a win, can you just speak to what the emotional toll it would have been? And on the flip side of that, what type of boost you get from this result?
Yeah, if we were just saying in the coach's room, it felt like a game we won 3 times and we lost 3 times, and we ended up winning the game. And it's hard to win in the NBA. It's hard to win against a great team like Indiana. Frankly, they don't ever get talked about enough nationally. They're a phenomenal basketball team. Rick is a phenomenal coach, and they're going to be a tough out in the East again. For our group to get 2 wins against them, that's given our struggles against the Eastern Conference. We're really happy with that. And I think Rui just, again, getting back in the groove, getting some confidence from tonight. Thought he was shot ready in the first half, and those 2 threes were huge. And frankly, we don't win the game without our bench tonight. Vando leading the charge there with the plus-minus. But regardless of what the plus-minus looks like, I thought those guys gave us an intensity and an effort that bled through the entire group.
JJ, LeBron's done a lot of stuff in this league. He had never played a game where he hadn't made a basket through 3 quarters, in which he played the third quarter. What was sort of his demeanor like as that happened? And, did it tell you anything, not that it needed to, about his commitment to winning, that he was still engaged in all the other facets?
Well, I think certainly there was a level of frustration from starting whatever it was, 0 for 6 or whatever it was. We missed him early. on some early offense seals against smaller players. I think we missed them 3 times in the first half. And sometimes when you're not in the offensive flow, just getting the ball at the rim, scoring a layup, getting to the free throw line, that can really get you going. So we kind of missed out on some opportunities to get him going earlier, but never have questioned that guy's commitment to winning.
They were able to attack, I think, in a 70-second stretch. They scored 3 straight times. Yeah. 2 of them, there was no low help whatsoever. What did you – obviously, you need to review it more, but what kind of went wrong?
Well, I think it starts on the ball, and that's continues to be a point of emphasis for us. And I thought, those 3 plays, they were all Luka, and he had some really good possessions on the ball. He had some really good low man possessions, some really good help possessions. We showed a couple at halftime. Like, he's got to do better there. I think the sort of thought process is no threes when you have that lead. I would still like a little more engagement from all 5 guys and try to get a stop and play our defense with that amount of time on the clock.
JJ, just as a shooter, Rui, without getting a lot of looks, hits all 4 of his threes, including the 2 in clutches. How difficult is that when your volume is low, you haven't been playing in a while, and kind of what does that say?
I think just, I told him and Gabe, just be shot ready. With 7 or whatever the 7-minute-ish timeout was, just be shot ready. Always trust those guys, off the bench to take and make big shots for us. And those were 2 huge ones. I think, again, it's just regaining the rhythm and confidence for Rui. He's so important to our team. Was really happy for him that he was able to step up in that moment.
JJ, from an opposite perspective, Tyrese, 18 assists, 1 turnover. I believe since the All-Star break, 160 assists, 14 turnovers. To prepare for someone like that, what is that like as a coach?
Yeah, I'm going to have to check the tape on that. There's a little home cooking there on the 18 assists.